So we're trying something a little bit different on my channel. This is the first time I'm going to be using hibiscus water on my hair, and I'm going to give you like the full review on it. The reason why I'm using this is because in my last challenge, my 3-month challenge, my takedown process, I experienced a significant amount of shedded hair. It wasn't excessive, but I'm trying to reduce it and finding ways to also reduce that. So someone in the comment section recommended hibiscus water and green tea. I'm going to try green tea later, but I really wanted to try hibiscus water because I've heard about it. This is not my first time hearing about it, but when it comes to all these teas, herbs, they pretty much do the same thing. So you don't have to use everything people recommend. But I really wanted to try this out, and I had it available in my house. So I was like, why not? So when it comes to hibiscus water, I did a little bit of research on it because mainly I want to use this to control my shedding, but I found out that it has so much benefits. So I'm going to like share some of the benefits I found out. Research, I found out that it helps in hair growth because hibiscus water can stimulate your blood circulation to the scalp, which helps your hair follicles to receive nutrients and grow. That's which is very amazing. That's why I said most of all these teas or herbs, they pretty much do the same thing because other herbs to help with hair growth. Another benefit is that it helps to strengthen your hair because of the nutrients it contains, like amino acids and vitamins that help to strengthen your hair from the root to the tip, which is very important. So it's strengthening your hair from your root down to your tip. Another exciting thing is that it helps to condition your hair. It contains a lot of nutrients that help to condition, hydrate and nourish your hair, which is very important for me because that's what you use to control your shedding. Then another thing is that it helps with dandruff. It can control scalp irritation, scalp infection, which also helps in dandruff treatment. So if you have dandruff or you want to try to control that or any form of scalp infection, you can try hibiscus water. Another thing is that it helps with premature graying. And another thing is scalp irritation and relief, and it also helps for split ends and prevention of split ends, which is very important, especially for length retention. One of the major factor that can cause you not to retain length is split ends, and it helps to treat that and also prevent it, which is so amazing. I also found different ways you can use hibiscus water. In this video specifically, I'm using my hibiscus water as a deep conditioning treatment, which is also like a hair mask, but I found different ways you can use this. The first method is using it as hibiscus, like making hibiscus tea. This is what you can drink because it contains a lot of vitamins and nutrients which help your hair follicles. So also drinking it helps your hair. Also things making hibiscus oil or hair mask. So what I'm doing now is using it as my hair mask, deep conditioning treatment. We can also make hibiscus oil, or try that. Let me know if you want to see that. I'll be happy to make hibiscus oil because that's very interesting. I want to see how that works. Another thing is hibiscus water spritz. That's when you spray it on your hair when your hair is feeling dry. You can use it, leave it as a leave-in. You just spray it on your hair when your hair is feeling dry because, like I mentioned before, it helps to condition, hydrate and moisturize your hair. Not moisturize, nourish your hair, sorry. Another thing is that you can make hibiscus and combine it with neem leaves. Combining hibiscus and neem leaf is like a remedy for hair thinning. You can help you if you're experiencing hair thinning. You can try hibiscus and neem leaves. So these are the different ways you can use hibiscus water or hibiscus plant. For me, I'm using it as a hair mask and a deep conditioning treatment in this video, but I'll be happy to try it as water spritz. But one thing to note is that like hibiscus water stains clothes. So if you want to do it, make sure you're wearing a dark colored clothes, or I don't even know how it's going to work as a leave-in spray because it's very messy. If you see in this video, you see how messy my everywhere is. It's very messy. So I also researched on some side effects because I'm very keen on knowing what side effects you can get, because when it comes to using teas or herbs on your hair, if by using it can cause a side effect to your hair. So what I saw is that you can experience an allergic reaction. So if you have allergic reaction to hibiscus water or hibiscus plant, you notice itchiness or redness of the scalp. So if you experience that, just stop it. And when you overuse hibiscus water, it can cause dryness, so it's very essential to balance it with a moisturizing treatment. I did a moisturizing treatment after using the hibiscus water, so it's very important to also moisturize your hair after using this. So I'm also going to show you how I like my full routine, because this routine I'm doing is my moisture routine that I do every week. So you can see the full routine on how I use it, because I noticed there was a little bit of difference in my moisture. Like when I was done deep conditioning, my hair felt very different. That's one thing I'm going to note. My hair was different, and also when I was deep conditioned with the product, I noticed that my hair absorbed all that nutrients and vitamins, like I mentioned, and my hair was just, it wasn't running, like you couldn't see any redness, or everything literally absorbed into my hair even when I rinsed it out, because you saw when I applied it was a very dark red color. When I rinsed it out, it was more like purple, like it wasn't as red as it was before. So really my hair really absorbed all that nutrients, and I'm really really happy about that. So if you want to do like incorporate hibiscus water in your routine, I highly recommend using it as a deep conditioning treatment, because it your hair absorbs the nutrients better, and when you deep condition, you're opening your hair shafts for your hair to better absorb all that nutrients and vitamins. So I'm going to recommend you doing it as a deep conditioning treatment. Another thing to notice is that I mentioned before that overuse can cause dryness. So what I'm going to say is that I'm not going to be using hibiscus water every day on my hair like I would do with other treatments. What I'll do is that I'll use it once like every week. So I'm going to be using it 4 times in a month. So anytime I'm doing my routine, which I do my moisture routine, in between my wash days, I wash my hair once every 2 weeks. Then I do my moisture routine before my next wash day. So anytime I'm doing my moisture routine, I'll add it to my deep conditioning process, and when I'm doing my wash days, I'll also add it to my wash day routine. So that's how I'm going to incorporate it in my routine, because I really love my results and how my hair felt after this, and I'm trying to reduce my shedding. So this is something I really really want to try. So now we're done with the hibiscus water, and I'm doing a little bit of a happy dance. Like I'm so happy with how my hair was feeling. My hair felt different, and my curls looked different. I don't know whether it's the hibiscus water, but we'll see. Like we'll continue to use it and see. So the next method I'm going with is the LOC method. Like I mentioned before, as one of the side effects, they said that it's very essential to balance with a moisturizing treatment. So I highly recommend the LOC method, which is liquid, oil, and cream. This is what I do to lock in moisture to my hair. Just note that I have high porosity hair, so the products I'm using might be different if you have low porosity hair, but also it's pretty much the same thing, using your conditioner, using your oils, and using your cream. When it comes to my conditioner, because of my high porosity hair, I use very thick conditioners because I need my hair to absorb all that products, because my hair absorbs moisture but it doesn't retain it. So I like to go with thicker products for my hair to absorb all that moisture. And like I mentioned, my conditioner is a very thick conditioner, so just to note that don't apply it directly to your scalp. It can clog up the pores on your scalp, which limits hair growth and cause a lot of build-up, so you don't want that. So just apply to the length of your hair, specifically your ends, because they dry faster and you can get split ends. So make sure you apply conditioner to your ends. It's very very important. Like I mentioned about split ends and hair breakage, that's one major factor to your hair breaking, you getting split ends. So now we're on to the oils. For my oils, I use the virgin hair fertilizer and herbal oil. The oil contains a lot of herbs that help to promote strengthening and grow your hair. Like I mentioned, most of all these herbs and teas, they pretty much do the same thing and contain the same thing. So you can't use everything on your hair, and I won't even recommend using everything on your hair, but just finding things that work for you, the little things. You don't have to use everything because they do the same thing. And to note that overusing of something can cause damage to your hair, so just know what you're using and regulate it. That's one thing I'm going to say, just regulate what you're using. So I go in with my virgin hair fertilizer and I mix that up with my herbal oil. Then with this you can apply it directly to your scalp and to the length of your hair. Also to note that scalp massage is very very important, so it's good to go in with scalp massage. It helps to improve the blood flow in your scalp, which helps to increase your hair growth. So going in with scalp massage is very important, and make sure you get your cream and your oil to the end of your hair. It's very important for you to also get that product to your ends because they're the oldest parts of your hair. And for length retention, you need to focus on your ends, and also creating a good environment for hair growth. Your scalp health is very important as well. Like I mentioned, going in with scalp massage really helps to improve that blood flow on your scalp, which helps to grow your hair. So do a little bit of scalp massage. It doesn't take time. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you're done. It's not something that is very hard or difficult. So we've hit a 1 month mark to this challenge 2 weeks ago. So this is how much hair growth I've gotten, and I'm really happy about it. Like we're on the right track to this 3 month challenge. We're going to be clocking into 2 months in 2 weeks time. So let me know how your own journey is going. If you're following up with this challenge, I'll be happy to know how everything is going and what you're doing, and if you're catching up. But you're never too late to join in. So now on to the last step, which is my favorite step ever, is shea butter. I love shea butter. This is something that's really helped my hair to stay moisturized longer. Like this is the last step to my moisture routine. With shea butter is very thick butter, so I do not apply this on my scalp. So one thing to note is that anything that is heavy, I don't apply directly to my scalp. It's going to cause a lot of build-ups and also clogging up my pores, which is limiting hair growth, which we do not want. So I apply this only to the length of my hair, specifically my ends, because I'm trying to lock in all that moisture on my hair. So I apply this on the length of my hair just to make sure to get every strand. And also I'm going to give you a little bit of hack, like I always mention this in all my videos. Putting your hair back in a section really helps your moisture to last longer. And just to notice that I really love twist as a protective hairstyle, because I like that frizzy look. I don't know, there's something about that frizzy look on twist that I really like. Also, I like locks, so maybe that's why I like the frizzy look, because I also love doing locks. I've not done locks in such a long time, but that's also one of my go-to hairstyles before, until I realized that all those hairstyles are not good for my type of hair. So it's really sad. That's why I really like twist and the frizzy look. I'm still taking my hair out. I've not yet started wearing wigs or scarves, but I think I would start soon because my hair is really getting old, and my new growth is making my hair look so rough. So when I'm going out, like casual, like outings, I don't wear wigs, but when I'm going to work, I do wear wigs. But I'll start wearing more scarves now. But that's just an update on the protective hairstyle, which you're probably wondering what I'm doing to my hair now. I'm just keeping you updated that wig season is slowly creeping in, but we're still enjoying the hair. Like I still take my hair out for like casual events, anything that is not serious. I have to be dressed up. I just wear my hair. So yeah, so we're on to the last one. Like I mentioned, putting your hair back in a section helps to keep your moisture locked in longer. If you're not styling your hair, if you're not doing anything to your hair, you can just always put it in a section or in a twist just to keep it protected and your moisture to even last longer. So now I'm going to give you an up close look on how my hair is looking. Definitely noticed a huge difference to using the hibiscus water. I'm going to keep on using it and give you an update maybe like a month in, or tell you how I'm feeling about it and if it's really doing anything. And when we actually take down our hair, we can see if it worked. So yeah, that's the end of this video. See you guys in my next one. Bye.